Hey, good morning. This is the inaugural show of Conversations, Caffeinated Conversations with Brooke Allen. I'm Brooke Allen, and thank you so much for being here with us, whether you're streaming. We've got a lot of our friends allowing us to stream live on their Facebook page. Of course, we are at the beautiful Blue Hat Coffee Gallery in downtown Farmington. Philip Jewell is the owner, and he is not officially open yet, but he has allowed us to do a pop-up and is our first location site. And Philip, thank you so much for joining us, for allowing us actually to join you.
Well, thank you. Thank you for being here, everybody. Appreciate it.
So, you know, it's amazing. We met years ago when I was with NPR in East Lansing, and then I was so excited to find out you were opening a shop in downtown Farmington. And the unique thing about you is that it's beautiful location, right? It's just not your average, there's chandeliers here, but you also make your own syrup. And we're not just talking sugar-free vanilla syrup. I mean, you have some really awesome flavors. So tell me about, this is our Coffee of the Day segment, by the way. So tell me about your fabulous syrups that people can try.
Well, we started out looking for syrups when we were in our original location, and we were originally looking for good vanillas, and we went through all the manufacturers, 8 or 10 of them, and we hated all the vanillas. So the first thing we did is make our simple syrup with a really good vanilla extract, and then we added multiple flavors, and we're looking at some right now, including, for example, ginger pear, pink rose, and we have hazelnut, the standard syrups, and they're excellent because we do make them ourselves, and the flavors that we buy are really, really good. So you get them and you just sort of go, oh my God, that's exactly what I was looking for. And if you don't like it, you just go back and the manufacturer comes back and says, okay, here's what we did. We added a little bit of nut flavor to this to give you what you wanted.
And another thing that you are very good at, and I don't even really like it, is the chai tea lattes. And you made me one this morning, and it was fabulous. So tell me what you do different about that.
Well, we get our teas, our chai teas, as a liquid chai tea that we then mix with milk and steam. And we get them from a company in Oregon, and they have by far the best chai latte I've ever tasted. And so we have people who come in and go, oh, this is chai latte? This is so good compared to what we're getting at other places. So we've had it for about 5 years, and it's by far the best chai available.
Well, I can attest to that. It is excellent. And of course, you are technically not open yet. This is a pop-up. Next week will be a pop-up. But November 27th is the day circled on the calendar for your grand opening.
Right. So we're starting to train this week. We're going to train it starting on Friday, and then we'll train into next week, and then we'll open up on the 27th. So we're going to open Monday through Friday, 6:30 to 2 o'clock. And then as we add staff, we'll expand to Saturdays and Sundays, and then we'll also expand to 8:30. So we'll be open eventually 6:30 to 8:30 every day.
Okay, and you also not only have fabulous coffee and espresso and syrups, you also have fabulous baked treats, cinnamon roll. That's one of my favorites that you make. And of course, you'll have a full list of everything.
Right, we make everything from scratch. We make all of our breads from scratch. If we have a sandwich, a croissant with chicken salad, we make the croissants. So anything that we serve, we end up making ourselves, and we bake it in-house.
Okay, well, again, thank you for hosting us here. I'm so excited. This is one of my favorite coffee shops of all time. And we are just so grateful to be in this beginning stages with you as we launch and as you launch in a couple of weeks. So thank you so much, Philip.
All right. Thank you, Brooke.
Yes,
appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Right.
And again, that is Philip Jewell. He is the owner of Blue Hat Coffee Gallery in downtown Farmington. That is where we are broadcasting live. And I do need to take a minute and say thank you to all of the companies that are allowing us to stream on their Facebook pages this moment. And of course, Alloy Fitness Rochester, they are our presenting sponsor. There is also Time Warp LLC, Artisan Bath and Skincare, and Skinny Teas Rear Ends, and of course my own page. You can find that at Caffeinated Conversations with Brooke Allen. You can also find me on Instagram at Brooke Allen Official. Sounds pretty cool, right? Thank you again so much for being here. When we come back, we will be talking to the owner of Skinny Teas. We met years ago when I just interviewed her, and she's become a fast friend. So stay tuned for Linda Schlesinger-Wagner coming up after the break.
Okay, go to break. Hey, welcome to Michigan Fun, the show where we check out the state's top festivals and events.
Join host Mike Sukent as he talks with guests from all across Michigan.
How are you doing, Mike? How's everybody in Fair Festival land out there?
Get the inside scoop on what's happening at festivals and events across the state.
A lot of concerts and free family fun, you name it, and we have it.
Your secret's safe with us. I thought mermaids were fictitious beings.
We got everything at Pirate Festival.
I mean, this is countdown.
Countdown, only a couple of weeks away.
You guys busy there in Grand Haven?
Yeah, just a little bit.
We're hoping the weather is holding. We've called Mother Nature. I don't know if I can do much, but Mother Nature and I, we have an understanding.
I mean, people are coming to these events and these fairs and these festivals. They just want to have a good time.
It is one of those events that is so much fun.
That will be a lot of fun.
A message from Detroit to everybody. The adventurers, the explorers, the nomads, and the foodies, the art enthusiasts, and the music lovers. When you're ready to come, Detroit is ready to go. From shopping and museums to restaurants, parks, and more, Motown has way too much to do in just a single day. When the time is right, all this is waiting for you in Detroit. Begin planning your next trip at visitdetroit.com.
A fresh dash of fall really spices things up, elevating every moment amid the crimson, orange, and gold. Feel that rush of color, stopping only to savor every nuance and every note. Then kick it up a notch as the aromas of autumn fuel your inner fire. Add some spice to the season and let fresh bring the flavor in pure Michigan.
Keep it fresh at Michigan.org.
Hey, welcome back to Caffeinated Conversations with Brooke Allen. I am Brooke Allen, and you know, we are a brand new show. Today is our launch day, and we have actually picked up sponsors, which is so exciting to me. In fact, our presenting sponsor is Alloy Personal Training Rochester, and their motto, Stronger Together, really speaks for itself. Trent, who I've met several times, he is their director of training, and he will design the best program based on what you need. And, you know, whether you're recovering from a sports injury or you need more flexibility or you might want to drop a few pounds, they can really help you out at Alloy Rochester. So you will be stronger together. And of course, the Alloy Rochester Club is beautiful, located on the southeast corner of Tinkin and Rochester Road. In fact, you can text Trent. That number is 616-894-9034. Or of course, you can check them out at alloypersonaltraining.com. Remember, you want to head to the Rochester location, and it is a beautiful facility. Trust me, you will love it there. So be sure to check them out. And again, thank you to Alloy Fitness for being one of our presenting sponsors. I am so grateful. So I am super excited.
Me too.
Because I know that if you're around this area, you know who Linda Schlesinger Wagner is. She is the founder of Skinny Teas. And you know, Linda, when I think of you, I always think that you started this company, which is now a multi-million-dollar company, on $1,000 and a dream. And I kind of feel like at this moment in time, that I can identify with you, right?
You're doing it. You're doing it. Failure isn't an option.
Yes, exactly. That is what she has repeated to me through this whole 7 weeks that we've been planning this. Yeah. So, Linda, thank you for joining us. And, you know, go back to the beginning of Skinny Teas. And I know it wasn't a great time for you. And
it was
I know
an awful time.
Right.
Awful time in my life.
So tell me a little bit about that so people understand it wasn't always like this for you.
No, at 57, I got a divorce after 37 years of marriage and discovered also that my adult son was a drug addict. All hit me at the same time. I had a very successful knitwear company and I closed it. Just closed it. Selling to Bloomingdale's, Barney's, just didn't want to do it anymore. And for 5 years after that, I did numerous jobs. You know, I am the lucky woman who did a Holocaust project, not Jewish, but traveled the world and interviewed 442 Holocaust survivors, which was perhaps the best thing I ever did because I was sad. And let me tell you, after I did that, I wasn't sad anymore. You know, failure wasn't an option. And I borrowed $1,000 on a credit card from a friend and had this vision. I didn't recreate anything. I took a camisole and made it longer. older woman. I didn't want my tummy showing or my butt showing when I leaned up or leaned over. And Skinny Tees was born, and I hustled it and didn't sell to the stores who had bought my knitwear line. I went to news stores because I didn't want mercy orders. And I was just, I say I'm lucky. My husband says you work hard and you throw enough stuff against the walls, some will hit, and QVC hit. They heard about us, had an interview. They wanted to buy our line. They didn't want to pay what I was, charging. And they said, we want to give you an order. I said, no, I don't suggest doing this, but this is how I roll. I said, give me an order in 5 days. I'm going to have it made out of the United States, and give me 90 days to make it. They did it, and I found a factory. I found a factory real quick. So we have factories in several places in the world. And it grew, and then Good Morning America heard about us, and that sounds so glamorous, but you sell everything at half off, but when you're manufacturing it, you can do that. And the golden umbrella there is you own all the email addresses, so that nothing like owning those email addresses, so that does it.
Right.
So on the give back, because when I would lay in bed and think, oh, this just has to work, it has to work. I have a lot of rehab bills and I'm supporting myself and I believe in this, and because it was never if, when I'm successful, I will always, always pay it forward.
And
that's what I do.
And that's what
what it's all about.
Right. We have actually been out to dinner, and you have had people come up to you and say, oh, thank you for that bagel delivery last week. That happened more than once with different people.
I know.
But you empower women, and that's why I ask you to be the first guest on here, because, a lot of times, and obviously even in the broadcast industry, right, it's competitive. Everyone wants everyone's job, and that's a tough atmosphere. Right, but you kind of go against that grain and you say, you know what, everyone can have a piece of this.
That's right. Right, everyone can have, and there's enough for all of us if we're just kind and good and share it. And geez, we have people we help. I draw the line at I don't give them our factories, but other than that, I'll share customer lists. I'll help them. If they don't buy from me, I hope they buy from you. We should all be in the game together.
So for somebody who's out there starting a business or their own thing, like somebody else we know.
Yeah, I know her.
What is your number one piece of advice?
Never give up. Never, ever give up. Never.
So how many product lines do you have now? How many Skinny Tees are there? I've been in your warehouse, it's amazing.
A lot. We have probably 200 different styles, all rotating, and a couple of them in 80 colors. So we're always doing it, always looking for the next. We have, when you do a lot of these shows, you have to have the product because we have to be able to ship it within 48 hours. So I have a team that knows how to work. With 6 girls, I can ship 2,000 packages in 2 days.
Yeah, I think you were doing that this week, right? Because of Good Morning America and everything.
Yeah.
So
we make it happen.
You let us in there and it was just bustling.
Chaos.
Yes, it was chaos.
Good chaos.
Yes,
yeah.
Controlled chaos.
Good chaos.
Controlled chaos. So for anyone else going through a rough time, maybe not starting their own company, but just struggling with all, a divorce, addiction, whatever you may be dealing with, what's your advice there?
Ask for help. Number one thing. Ask for help. Don't hide it. Ask for help. We all have great business associates or friends. You get in a lot of trouble when you don't ask for help and you hold it in, which I did. I did hold it in, and it really is damaging. So you ask for help.
And there is help available?
For everything.
For everything. And
use your friends. Be honest. Be honest.
And when I interviewed you when I was still with WWJ, it was funny because you actually said on the air, call me personally. I don't care.
All the time.
Right? All the time is that's what you say and that's what you tell people. And I can say that you live by that.
I do.
Yeah.
I really believe that. We help people. We do. We meet people. We try and connect them or have a lunch or, I did a recent event with Kindling Project, and I had maybe 8 or 9 people call me and connecting and trying to find new jobs or new careers. It works. Just We all have a network of people. It's golden. Our network is golden. And our friends who support us, golden.
Exactly. And I can attest to that because there's so many people here.
Right.
And I'm just so
In a
thrilled.
wonderful venue,
location, right? So, okay, so one more question. Where can people find Skinny Teas? Because that's always important, you know.
Sure. Go to skinnyteas.com. And there is a vast array of great things,
And in all different colors.
And if we don't have what you want, something's wrong.
Exactly. Well, listen, thank you. Thank you for believing in me. Thank you for, just always doing an interview when I asked you at the last minute. I knew that I could get you when I needed you. And it's been amazing. And thank you for being the first guest here at Caffeinated Conversations with Brooke Allen.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
Love you.
And we have another sponsor who I'm very proud to introduce, of course, and that is Time Warp LLC. They are in St. Clair Shores. Their store is 5,000 square feet and will take you back in time. You may see that holiday candy dish that reminds you of your grandmother. I know that happened to me when I was in the store the other day. Or even that very cool satin windbreaker you used to wear in the 80s. They also have an expansive toy collection along with sports memorabilia. It really is amazing. So you want to check it out, especially as the holidays approach. They do have beautiful jewelry. In fact, this amazing necklace I'm wearing is from Time Warp. So thank you, Jason. And you just really want to check it out. So go say hi to Jason, Steve, and Jasmine. They have 2 locations, one in St. Clair Shores, and I'm hoping, fingers crossed, to make it out to their location in Las Vegas. We'll be right back after this break.
Wow.
My Michigan TV is streaming everywhere on Apple TV, Roku, Fire TV, and more smart TV apps. My Michigan TV is on your phone too. Take us with you wherever you go. Just search for My Michigan TV on your favorite app store or visit mymitv.com. All Michigan, streaming everywhere. My Michigan TV.
A fresh dash of fall really spices things up, elevating every moment amid the crimson, orange, and gold. Feel that rush of color, stopping only to savor every nuance and every note. Then kick it up a notch as the aromas of autumn fuel your inner fire. Add some spice to the season and let fresh bring the flavor in pure Michigan.
Keep it fresh at Michigan.org.
A message from Detroit to everybody. The adventurers, the explorers, the nomads, and the foodies, the art enthusiasts, and the music lovers. When you're ready to come, Detroit is ready to go. From shopping in museums to restaurants, parks, and more, Motown has way too much to do in just a single day. When the time is right, all this is waiting for you in Detroit. Begin planning your next trip at visitdetroit.com.
Hey, thank you so much. You are watching and listening to Caffeinated Conversations with Brooke Allen. I'm Brooke Allen, and one of the things that has been super important to me when planning this show has been to be community driven. And I say that because, focusing on Michigan small businesses, also local nonprofits, super important to me. And I am proud to introduce Ralph Daly. He is the president and founder of CJ's Trays. And this is our very first segment of Great Lakes Made. And Ralph, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
And what do you have in your hand? That's pretty cool.
I have a gift for you.
Thank you.
This is a serving tray for you.
Right. So Caffeinated Conversations with Brooke Allen. And this is what you do, which you make these trays, which is so cool. And, a lot of people don't know. I used to wait on tables years ago, right? And so when you're carrying the tray, it's like, whoa, right? And oh, there goes that moons over my hammy over somebody's head, right?
Yes.
But this tray is awesome because the server can actually hold it like that, right?
Yes.
So whether you're a cocktail server, whether you're serving moons over my hammy or whatever it may be,
Yes.
it can be steady. So, and people do this for gifts too, right?
Yes, they do. I've had graduation parties, gifts, holiday, Christmas is coming up. A lot of specialty logos, like, I made yours,
Right.
Your specialty logo.
I know, I haven't seen my headphones in so long, and there they are. I'm so excited. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
So you also do restaurants, right? I mean, you can
Yes.
do wholesale and you can do big orders.
Yes, I can.
Okay.
I've had up to, some of the biggest orders I've had was 50 orders I had for, there was a couple restaurants that I had that was a chain that I got them trays for theirs.
And honestly, if you've never waited on tables, you don't know how challenging it can be to carry all
Absolutely.
this. So you came up with this idea and it is awesome. And you can pretty much do any color, right?
Absolutely. Any color, any, a lot of, let's say, restaurants have their colors,
Right.
their uniforms,
colors
black,
or-
red,
right.
or some things like that. Any type of color with their logo on it.
So how do people find you?
I am, right now, my website is down,
Okay.
but you can reach me at cjstray@gmail.com.
Okay, and for a holiday gift, somebody might want their own logo available, right?
Yes.
So, oh, thank you so much for this, seriously. I love it. It will be displayed prominently. And actually, let's see, well, I'll just hold it. I'll just hold it the rest of the time. How's that?
Thank you.
Okay, so you said your website is down. Of course, people can also find you through our website, Caffeinated Conversations with BrookeAllen.com. So again, thank you so much. I appreciate this. It's just a lovely thought, and it makes me feel so good that you thought about me. And happy holidays, right?
Thank you. Yes, happy
We are
holidays.
getting there. Thank you so much, Ralph. Thank you. I appreciate it.
You're
Isn't
welcome.
this beautiful? It's lovely. I can't wait to use it. Okay, so now, today, if people don't know, it is World Kindness Day, and that has been one of the things that we have really wanted to focus on. In fact, we kicked off last week the Caffeinated Kindness Coat Drive. That is benefiting kind of the Covenant House. We had locations that were willing to collect those coats for us. One of them, Time Warp LLC, of course, in St. Clair Shores. Also, Great Lakes Pot Pies in Clawson, and the Hype Recreation Center in Wayne, my hometown. So, so grateful for all of those locations that were able to put the big box with my face out. I really appreciated it. And it is so important for us to give back. We also heard Linda Schlesinger Wagner say it's important for her to give back as well. So I'm really trying to model this show after people that I look up to and, take their advice because they're so successful. So, and now I am super excited because Julie Book is here. And Julie, you are a spiritual therapist, right?
Mm-hmm.
You've a TEDx talk.
Yes.
You have done so much, and we're talking about kindness with you.
Okay.
Okay, because I think as the last couple of years have gone by, we've seen not a lot of kindness.
Well, the world has changed quite a bit since 2020.
Right.
And I think it's important to take a minute because life just keeps going no matter what is happening in the world. I mean, look at what's happening in the world today. And we don't have time to say, wow, I haven't noticed this change. For example, when COVID happened and we were all sent inside and everything online started to increase, I mean, I was buying my groceries online as often as I could. And then all of a sudden the world somewhat went back to normal in the sense that we're all out now, we're all going to the grocery. And I found myself often in the grocery getting impatient because I was so used to just having my phone click, click, click. And then it was just at my doorstep.
Instant gratification.
Yes, I didn't have to interact with people. It was
like,
great.
why am I talking
in that
to you?
sense, right? So I even remember telling my husband, I'm like, I have to remember, like, this is not you on your couch, Julie, sitting here just pressing buttons. You're out with other people. And I had to remind myself to be patient with people because everywhere I go, people are understaffed. People are working more in the service industry, more hours than usual. So it's important to just remember it's not just about us. everybody is struggling with something, and to have that patience and to be a little bit more patient, especially with people in the grocery, the restaurants, all that stuff.
So how do you tell children, you know, I have 11-and-a-half-year-old twins, and how do you, they're pretty kind. I mean, I'm proud to say that, right? Yeah. I mean, not just because they're my kids, but the whole idea of teaching empathy and kindness to kids who, I mean, I guess you have to model that, right?
Yeah, I think so. And I think the kids can actually teach us in many ways. But how do you talk to them about it? I think modeling is the biggest thing, because if you're talking about it but modeling something else, it's the behavior. People don't realize how much humans, not just children, take in through their senses, not just through what they hear. And so through what we watch, what we see, people's interactions and reactions to things. And so I think the modeling is the biggest thing. But of course, you can talk to them about it, but if you can't have just the talk and not the action.
What do they say? You've got to walk the talk, or walk the walk.
Yes.
I don't know what it is.
Talk the talk and walk the walk.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
Right.
And so I guess, you know, somebody cuts you off in traffic and you start screaming at them, and the kids are in the car, and I can say that that's happened with me, and they were in the back and they're like, was that kind? I don't think so, Mom.
Well, yeah. So with kids, it's one thing. If I have children and I'm in the car and something like that happens, I have to watch myself. Mm-hmm. But let's say I did scream and the kids call me out on it. Mm-hmm. And I think it's important then, as a parent and as an adult, so for the kids and for yourself, to say, what was going on with me? Because if I just have a reaction and I yell and scream and I shame myself, so to speak, I shouldn't have done that in front of the kids, well, I'm not taking care of myself in that moment. I'm doing all these should things, and I'm completely ignoring whatever might have been going on with me in that moment, and maybe an outlet that I might need. So I'm really, outer kindness is one thing. Okay. Inner kindness is a whole nother level that I think the world really needs, because the outer kindness, while it's wonderful and you can do it, if we don't have the inner kindness, it's not sustainable. And we often treat other people better than we treat ourselves in some situations. So we're so focused on, how do I treat other people, being kind for the sake of being kind, and then we go home and we beat ourselves up about every little thing. And so I think the inner kindness is really the missing piece of the conversation.
Okay, so how do you know when you're lacking that or you need it?
Well, I think that lots of people, if I said to even the people in front of us, if I said, who in here has an inner critic? I think most of the room would raise their hand. And inner critics aren't all bad in and of themselves, but lots of people have very harsh and very shaming inner critics. And we live in a society that is very shaming. A healthy person looks like this, a healthy person feels like this, a healthy person acts like this. And the definition of healthy is very narrow and very rigid and very damaging, in my opinion. So I think if you have a really harsh inner critic and you beat yourself up a lot, that's one clue that, wow, maybe I need to look at the stories I'm constantly telling myself about myself. Storytelling's a big thing now, right. But we don't really talk about our inner stories. Mm-hmm. So I think that by being really hard on yourself, most people can identify with that. But also, in the way you take care of your moods. If I'm sad and I just quickly try to talk myself out of my sadness, if that works, great. But over the long term, that doesn't tend to work for people. And as a culture, we have to get better at learning how to struggle and learning how to take care of difficult feelings when they come up. Because it doesn't mean that we're bad or we're wrong or that something's wrong with us. It means something in us needs care and loving attention. And so I think our feelings are a huge guide, but we're taught to judge our feelings and fix our feelings rather than care for them. And that's a big thing in my world.
So what do you think of affirmations and telling yourself, I'm good today, I'm feeling, I look great, or, stuff like that? Is that being shallow, or is that?
In my opinion, yes.
Okay,
I can't really say what I think about that, because I'm not sure if we can swear in this platform, so affirmations are great if they work for you, right? And everybody is so different. But if I am, dealing with grief and I'm looking in the mirror every day and giving myself an affirmation and saying I'm okay when I'm really not, well, is that kindness if I'm lying to myself? It's not bad and it's not wrong to not be okay. And we need to learn how to not be okay and care for ourselves when we're quote unquote not okay.
So do you think that because of the pandemic and it really drew attention to mental health, right? And
yes.
Awareness of issues, and it got rid of the stigma, it seemed, for a while, right?
It maybe, I don't know that it got rid of it, but it helped.
It helped a little,
yes.
right? So, I mean, do you think that the stigma has gone away, or it's gotten better as far as mental health?
I think there's more awareness about the stigma. Okay. So in that sense, I think the awareness is better. But I think we still have a very long way to go in regards to improvements around being able to talk about what I'm struggling with without a bunch of people trying to fix me like something's wrong with that. I think we have a long way to go with that. And I also want to differentiate. We're talking about feelings, right? That's one thing in the stigma of mental health, of being able to talk about how I feel, what's going on with me, my emotional health. But then there's the stigma of mental health when it comes to mental health diagnosis and disorders, and that's another thing. So depending on the disorder and depending on the topic, I think, certain topics, certain disorders, we still have a long way to go, and I don't think that's gotten any better. But talking about feelings, talking about generalized anxiety, things like that, I think that's improved.
Okay, so if somebody comes to me, say, and says, I'm struggling with how I feel about myself, or, so what is your advice to somebody to help somebody else?
I would learn how to ask questions. I think we're conditioned, especially women, to hurry up and try to make people feel better, which ends up making people feel worse many times. So I think I would learn how to ask the person who's telling me about their struggle, how can I help? Do you need me to just listen? Would you like advice? Do you want a hug? We just jump in and we railroad right over people's feelings and experience, which often leaves them walking away feeling more alone, because I tried to open up to somebody and they really didn't hear me. They just tried to fix me, and it made me feel worse, because maybe nothing's really wrong with me. Maybe I'm just having a human experience. So I think learning how to ask people, how can I help, is a very good intervention on learning how to be really present with each other.
And actually listening.
Yes, well, right. I walk around the world and I see so little presence in conversations. And myself too, I catch myself all the time. But presence is being able to sit with somebody in their struggle and just being there and not making them feel like, oh, you have this terrible issue that needs to be solved, something's so terribly wrong with you. Now, I'm not saying we marginalize their suffering. I'm not saying their suffering is not true and real. But we have to learn how to get more comfortable with suffering. I hate to say it that way. I don't mean that we need to promote it, but we need to learn how to witness it with compassion and with love and with presence and attention, rather than just hurry up and try. Look at the situation in the world right now, right? Whose struggle is bigger? Everywhere, in households, in the world, and there's not a real lot of presence in learning how to witness somebody and hear them. And this gets way more complicated when you get into conflict, but we're talking right now about my friend says I'm struggling, how do I handle that?
Right, for sure. Well, thank you so much. Sure. It's so funny. We have been friends on Facebook for how long?
I know.
We were supposed to meet up a couple times, never happened.
Right.
This is actually the first time I'm meeting you in person.
Yes, it is.
So
yes, it is.
I really thank you for being willing to come out and talk to me. And where can people find you?
My website, juliebooksh, BOOKSH.com.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And today is World Kindness Day, as we have said. And real quick, I just need to acknowledge my Be Kind cup, which has been everywhere in every picture. Greg Ruvalo, who is a local guy and a big player at Village Players in Birmingham, he came up with this back in July or June of 2021, kind of in the midst of when the world wasn't feeling all that great. And he said, there was not any kindness that he was witnessing. So he started the Be Kind Project, and it has been amazing. I know you've seen the signs that they, look just like my cup, right? You see them in yards. You see them in yards. This is live TV. Is this high up enough? And it's just been amazing. There's even a book now that has been published, and he says that the Be Kind Project is actually a small message with a big statement. And I couldn't agree more with that. So, Greg, thank you so much for letting me borrow your signs, your coffee cups, your pens, whatever I can do. And because it all it all adds up, the kindness. And we have, in fact, asked our audience who is here at Great Hat Coffee in Farmington what kindness means to them. We'll be getting to that in a minute. But again, we have another sponsor to introduce, and I'm so excited because it's been such a fabulous response. And we are super lucky with sponsor support throughout entire area, even outside of our area, because Great Harvest Bread Company Okemos is the perfect stop if you are delivering a care package to your college student. And each loaf of sandwich bread weighs over 2 pounds. So who wouldn't love a sandwich that weighs over 2 pounds? At the Okemos Great Harvest location, you will not only find my favorite, which is sourdough, you will also find honey wheat, cranberry wheat, and of course, stuffing bread. That is coming soon because Thanksgiving is around the corner. And of course, they bake different things every day. So you can find your favorite and their rotation of bread at greatharvestokemos.com. I need a warm up with my Be Kind coffee cup, and we will be right back. Thank you. Woo!
Hey, welcome to Michigan Fun, the show where we check out the state's top festivals and events.
Join host Mike Sukent as he talks with guests from all across Michigan.
How are you doing, Mike? How's everybody in Fair Festival land out there?
Get the inside scoop on what's happening at festivals and events across the state.
A lot of concerts and free family fun, you name it, and we have it.
Your secret's safe with us. I thought mermaids were fictitious beings.
We got everything at Pirate Festival.
I mean, this is countdown.
Countdown only a couple of weeks away.
You guys busy there in Grand Haven?
Yeah, just a little bit.
We're hoping the weather is holding. We've called Mother Nature. I don't know if I can do much, but Mother Nature and I, we have an understanding.
I mean, people are coming to these events and these fairs and these festivals. They just want to have a good time.
It is one of those events that is so much fun.
That will be a lot of fun.
Looking for the perfect weekend getaway? Love Lansing like a local. And we promise, you'll love Lansing just as much as we do.
And you have caught me having a sip of my coffee because it is definitely a coffee kind of day here at Caffeinated Conversations with Brooke Allen. Thank you so much for being with us. And of course, we kicked this off. We announced this show slowly with a couple of teases. And then last week, we kicked off the Caffeinated Kindness Coat Drive. We had 3 locations helping us out with that. I am so grateful for them. One was Great Lakes Pot Pies in Clawson, the other Time Warp LLC in St. Clair Shores, also the Hype Recreation Center in Wayne. Of course, that is my hometown. So I went with a big box and said, can you please do this for me? And all the coats that we collected through One Warm Coat, which is a nationwide organization, they are going toward Covenant House. And Carolyn Geck is here with us. And Carolyn, thank you so much. You are the director of Covenant House, correct?
I'm the Director of Development and Communications for Covenant House, Michigan.
Okay, so I got in contact with you and said this is what we are doing.
Thank you.
And we just want to really raise awareness for Covenant House and what you guys do. So tell us a little bit about it for people who may not know.
Thank you, and thanks for supporting us. Covenant House Michigan is an organization that supports 18 to 24-year-old individuals who are experiencing homelessness. We have a campus both in Detroit and Corktown, as well as in Grand Rapids, and we provide all of the wraparound services that an individual might need to be successful. So we do have shelters on campus for individuals, but we also are feeding individuals, providing amazing resources like coats, toiletries, workforce development, document recovery, mental and medical health supports, everything that we can provide somebody really to launch them into a stable and successful situation moving forward.
So how many youth do you help?
We currently have 65 youth in Detroit in 2 separate shelters. One of them is an emergency shelter for 45. We also have a transitional living shelter for about 20, and then we also support 28 individuals in Grand Rapids.
So, we talk about the stigma of mental health. We talk about this, being kind and everything, everything in that category. So what is the one stigma of homeless youth that you want people to know isn't true?
I'm so glad that you ask about that, because I think that all of us, myself included, have stereotypical presentations of what homelessness looks like. And some of them are stereotypes for a reason, of course. But for this age group in particular, 18 to 24-year-old youth, many of them don't even consider themselves experiencing homelessness because they're crashing on somebody's couch or they just slept in the car for a couple nights. It's not a big deal. But really what we're looking at is individuals who do not have a place of their own. That's not their own stable living situation. And so that could be somebody who serves you a delicious coffee here this morning, and what you don't know is that last night, they got kicked out of another situation that wasn't viable for them. So I think specifically this age group, 18 to 24, there's a lot of things that we don't quite see on the surface about what homelessness looks like for that age group.
And Covenant has an event happening this week.
We do.
It is on Thursday.
Yes.
It is the Sleep Out, and I will be there. You will be there.
We will be there, yes.
And
thank
kind
you.
of explain how the night's going to go.
Yeah, Sleep Out is an annual event. This will be our 10th annual here in Michigan. We have about 17 locations across the Federation of Covenant House that will also be participating on Thursday. And the Sleep Out really is a moment for us to sleep outside in solidarity with individuals who are experiencing homelessness. So at our campus in Detroit, we will have a candlelight vigil. We will all have dinner together. We will spend some time talking about all of the things that we're talking about today and a bunch of other things about youth experiencing homelessness and all of the ways that we might be able to support them. And then everybody will set up a sleeping bag and some boxes on our basketball court in Corktown, and we will spend the night outside. And it's a great moment for reflection about the ways that we might be able to help people and also the experiences that people are having really struggling for a stable place to live.
And I think it's important that Thursday is about raising awareness. It's not about pretending to be homeless,
No.
right? I mean, that's not what we're doing.
Thank you. And thanks for bringing that up.
Yeah, I just don't want anyone to think that, oh, well, they're kind of but that's not the case.
No, absolutely not. And, that's why we say it's in solidarity. We're not pretending to be homeless. That's silly. And I mean, specifically for this population, again, what does pretending to be homeless look like for youth? So we're not doing that. This is a moment to bring eyes to the work that we're doing and bring folks together in solidarity as a learning opportunity, but also to share the message by doing things like this and talking about it and being out in the press to garner support for these individuals who, this is a first moment for them. Some of them 18, 19. I mean, all of us, we all know, I certainly wasn't 18 years old going, I got it, I'm good. Right. None of us were. So I think that this is a moment for us to really help somebody stabilize so they can launch and not have this situation happening again. And Thursday's event really is about spreading that awareness and just having a moment of solidarity where we all spend time together talking about the issues and learning about youth homelessness.
Okay, so that is Thursday. People can still sign up?
Yes, you can still sign up.
Come on, man, join us.
Yep. CovenantHouseMI.org. You can sign up for Sleep Out. You can certainly support
They can donate
financial
as well, right?
support. Yes, of course. And this campaign will go through the end of the year.
Okay.
And you could, you know, some organizations will match donations. So if your company is a matching organization, you know, that's your dollars going twice as far. And you can reach out to us at Covenant House Michigan, and we're happy to share more and get you hooked up to spend time with us or support us.
Okay, give me the website one more time.
The website is covenanthousemI.org.
Okay, I will see you on Thursday.
Yes, you will. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Carolyn. Seriously,
Thank you.
I appreciate it. Of course, we called our coat drive the Caffeinated Kindness Coat Drive because we knew today was World Kindness Day. So we tried to loop it all in together. And this morning, I think it was about 3:30 or 4 o'clock this morning, I asked Alexa the definition of kindness. And this is what she said. Kindness is a selfless act that puts the needs of others before one's own. Well, we also asked not only Alexa, but we asked everyone here at the Blue Hat Coffee Shop to ask what their definition of what kindness is. So the question as it was put to them is, what does kindness mean to you? Somebody said in times of stress and frustration, being able to smile and say hi to a stranger, saying thank you, saying hello, and helping someone you do not know for no reason. Another person says treating everyone and everything with the same mindset, no matter their background. And also, what does kindness mean to you? So it means a smile, a nice gesture, helping others in need, and going the extra mile to help. And this other one says, kindness to me means caring about someone and having a genuine interest in what they have to say. So that kind of goes back to what Julie mentioned a little while ago, is actually being present in that conversation and listening to what they might be telling you and how you can help them. And then what does kindness mean to you? Being gentle with yourself and others, and always coming from a place of love and gratitude. So that is our input about kindness. And, you know, it's just something I believe that the community needs more of, the world needs a little bit more of, and I think we can do it, and we can start right here, right now. We'll be right back after this break. Woo!
A fresh dash of fall really spices things up, elevating every moment amid the crimson, orange, and gold. Feel that rush of color, stopping only to savor every nuance and every note. Then kick it up a notch as the aromas of autumn fuel your inner fire. Add some spice to the season and let fresh bring the flavor in pure Michigan.
Keep it fresh at Michigan.org.
You know, this has been such an exciting day as we have launched Caffeinated Conversations with Brooke Allen. I'm Brooke Allen. In case you didn't know that, I am just so honored and thrilled for the community response that we have gotten. And tomorrow is actually going to be a fun day. It is going to be our first Flash Foodie event, which means you will meet a mother and daughter team that have perfected the art of crepes, and you will be meeting them tomorrow at Fresh Time Market right here in Farmington. They will be there 2 to 6. We will also be there around 2:30 or 3. So if you are in the area, make sure you come and check us out. Also, our presenting sponsor today is Alloy Personal Training. And personal training and the accountability factor, that is kind of what they thrive on, and that is their motto. So that means that they will design a program just for you. Again, alloypersonaltraining.com, Rochester. So we are grateful for that. And of course, I am grateful for Ariana from Rear Ends. The sweater is hers, the jeans are hers, and I'm just so grateful that she took the time to pick out this sweater that would make my eyes pop. I hope they are popping. Are they popping? Thank you. So Ariana, thank you for that. And of course, you are watching this courtesy of my TV, and I really need to give a big shout out to Dave Scott and his team over there because they are a unique new free streaming TV network. You can watch it live or on demand, and it is all about Michigan, which of course we love. So to watch, you can simply add the app to your smartphone or smart TV. And again, I'm so grateful for everybody that has also allowed us to stream live on their Facebooks for this launch of Caffeinated Kindness, Rear Ends, Artisan, Time Warp, Alloy Fitness, and of course our own page, Caffeinated Kindness, or Caffeinated Conversations with Brooke Allen, mixed in with a little bit of kindness today. So again, thank you for all of the people that have taken part in that. And of course, next Monday, November 20th, we will be live again from here, Blue Hat Coffee Gallery in downtown Farmington. As we head into Thanksgiving week, let me give you a preview of some of the things we'll be talking about. Of course, the night before Thanksgiving, the busiest bar night of the year, nothing has changed that. And we will be talking with Jason Waldron. He is a spokesman for Mothers Against Drunk Driving. Of course, we both have personal stories with that. So that is a topic that is near and dear to both of our hearts. And we want to kind of raise awareness for that and also tell you ways that you can be safe. Also, we will highlight Small Business Saturday. We will have our first Halfway to 100 segment, which means we will be talking with a senior advocate and how we can help those who may be suffering from dementia or Alzheimer's through the holiday season, how to help them, but also how to help their caregivers. So that is what we will be doing next week. Again, we are broadcasting live from Blue Hat Coffee in downtown Farmington. We're going to take a break and we'll be right back.
A fresh dash of fall really spices things up, elevating every moment amid the crimson, orange, and gold. Feel that rush of color, stopping only to savor every nuance and every note. Then kick it up a notch as the aromas of autumn fuel your inner fire. Add some spice to the season and let fresh bring the flavor in pure Michigan.
Keep it fresh at Michigan.org.
My Michigan TV is streaming everywhere on Apple TV, Roku, Fire TV, and more smart TV apps. My Michigan TV is on your phone too. Take us with you wherever you go. Just search for My Michigan TV on your favorite app store or visit mymitv.com. All Michigan, streaming everywhere. My Michigan TV.
And you are listening and watching Caffeinated Conversations with Brooke Allen. Thank you so much for being here. We just pulled somebody out of the live audience that is actually here at Blue Hat Coffee Gallery in Farmington. And Kate Knight, you are with the Farmington DDA. Thanks so much for being here.
Brooke, thank you. And thank you for hosting your inaugural episode here in downtown Farmington. We're so thrilled to have you.
Oh, thank you.
Blue Hat is such a wonderful setting. It's this 1876 French Renaissance architectural jewel in downtown. And you happened upon it in a really cool piece of cultural programming we were doing. You're a fan of the arts. You came to our Story Slam, and your radiant energy attracted the interest of the whole community. So thank you for coming to downtown Farmington.
Well, thank you. We'll be here for 2 more weeks.
That's great news for us.
And of course, everyone, it's so funny. I was standing out doing a quick video by Blue Hat Coffee sign, and people were coming across the street. Are they open yet? Are they open yet? And I know the anticipation is really building.
Yes.
So a few more weeks on that, right? Next week will be another pop-up, and then on the 27th, Philip will open the doors, and I'm so excited we'll actually be here for that.
Yes, we're happy to have you here for that too. And I think this huge crowd we have here, we can't see it on the camera, but
so awesome.
So exciting. It really gives a sense of what this will feel like. It's going to be a neighborhood hub. We can tell that. And so what better way to kick it off than with Caffeinated Conversations with Brooke.
Thank you so much, Kate. Again, that is Kate Knight. She is with the Farmington DDA. And Kate, I appreciate all your kind words and the support that downtown the DDA has shown us. So it's been really amazing. Again, I've mentioned it several times that the community has really embraced this idea of being, live from a coffee shop, right? And live and talking, doing these live interviews, and then also our focus, Michigan small businesses and local nonprofits, which today, of course, Covenant House, Michigan. So it's just been so exciting for me. So again, Kate, thank you. And thank you for being so welcoming to the community.
Thank you.
Well, I guess it's about that time. We're going to wrap up, but I have a slew of thank yous it's like a late night talk show here. I have papers everywhere. So please forgive me if I don't mention your name. There's been so many people that have helped me through this amazing journey, and I kid you not when I say that it started 7 weeks ago with a phone call to Christina McDaniel, who is my executive producer. Thank you so much, Christina. She is the one who does my spreadsheets, the contracts, everything that I just am simply not capable of doing. So, Christina, thank you so much. I'm so glad you have taken this journey with me. It has been 7 weeks since we started talking about this and planning it. Also, of course, we've mentioned Dave Scott from MyTV, his crew. They have been amazing and helpful, and we could not do it without you, Dave. So thank you. I appreciate you so much. And then also the companies that have allowed us to stream live on their Facebook to kind of get our reach out there, right? To launch well. And of course, that is Alloy Personal Training in Rochester. We've got Time Warp, Rear Ends. Again, Ariana dressed me for today, so I'm so thankful for that. And Artisan Bath and Skincare, all amazing businesses. So please check them out on our website, Caffeinated Conversations with BrookeAllen.com. And of course, I would have to mention family, because they played a big part in this. My mom, Papa James, my dad, Tim. And, I know if you've checked out the website, you've seen it. But to me, coffee is more than coffee. It's the moment that you have a cup with somebody in a conversation. And it reminds me of my grandfather and all the people in my life who have sat down and said, hey, let's meet for coffee. So this is much bigger, and I'm just so grateful to everyone who has taken part. Everyone watching, thank you. We'll be back here next Monday, 10 a.m., live streaming from Blue Hat Coffee and Gallery, and I couldn't be more thankful. So thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Thank you.